Oh, darlings, just hit like, subscribe, and do the little notification thing. You need to know what's happening at all times. It's fantastic. You know, one time I wasn't alerted, and my husband came home. It was quite unfortunate. Normally I'm alerted, like a life alert, but not this time. It was awful. It was just awful. So make sure you're notified so you can never miss a moment. Okay, toodaloo. Goodbye. Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
It's a reality check. Wow, we're
Wow.
back. Oh, second episode.
We made
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
We're feeling good. I feel like it took a lot quicker to set up this time.
Mhm.
The room smells like the beautiful candle I bought you, Farts, Taylor's version.
Yeah.
And
I lit that shit on fire. I mean, on purpose. I mean,
that was really good.
I know I didn't mean for that, but
Well, thank God we have birdie butts. Speaking of farts. Look how cute these are.
Yeah.
What are these, Jessica?
cheers. Okay, so this is actually a clue into the first thing we're talking about today.
Ooh.
I probably should have bought straws.
I was going to say, how do you drink out of these?
No idea. I'm getting like poked in the eye.
My glasses are like, hold up, what's this?
Okay, so last week,
Delicious.
you know what? That's my X-rated liqueur and like $5 sparkling rosé.
You know what? I mean, the best sangria is made with garbage gas wine, right?
Pretty much. So last week, last Wednesday night, actually, I went to the new Durango resort.
Ooh.
Yes. And you know what? It's very new.
Pretty
It's
clean.
very clean and bright and new, shiny new toy. But my biggest, like, all I wanted to do, all I cared about doing, all I wanted to do that day, I just wanted Mexican food. Just wanted Mexican food. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out Miho, and I kind of want to do the speakeasy, but I just want to go like sit at the bar and have margaritas.
Hell yeah.
No.
Why not? What happened?
Didn't make it in there. Well, so here's the thing.
So what happened? So you got there.
I got there
and
I didn't make a reservation because you can't make reservations for the bar.
Okay.
Right. Except if you have enough money, you can.
I don't
So
have money.
I went in and I was like, do you have room for two? And they were like, we're actually all booked. And I was like, cool. Actually, you know what? I really want to go sit at the bar. Like, that was my goal.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, go right ahead. I was like, all right. I walked around the bar. There's like no seats at the bar, except there are 4 open ones with reserve signs on it, which defeats the entire purpose of a first come, first serve bar.
Well,
Everyone knows you're not allowed to reserve seats at a bar.
yeah, I think that's a little like, I don't know. It's just like, come on. It's a bar, not part of the restaurant.
It is part of the restaurant. It's in the middle of the restaurant.
No, but what I'm saying, like, it's not like you chose to sit at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're not like fine dining.
You're not. Well, it is a fine dining restaurant,
yeah,
but like you
that's
just.
Not what
it's
I'm saying
not.
either, but like,
the thing is like I'm not taking up a table.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Like I'm not taking a table from somebody. Like it's to be like just myself. I went with my old roommate Steven, and so we walk in and we're like, okay, that's weird. And then we asked the bartender if there were any seats coming up, and she said, actually somebody's probably getting up in the next couple minutes. And I was like, okay. Looking around the bar, and everybody's mid-meal.
And you're like, what are you talking about?
Like there's no way. Everybody's just like not even like a couple of bites into their fajitas, and like they're still getting drunk off the delicious looking margaritas. And I was like, okay. So then come out, and I'm like, I thought you guys said the bar was first come, first serve. And she goes, it is. And I go, well, there's reserve signs at 4 places. And she goes, well, those are reserved for the high rollers. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
So
Whatever you say, man.
really wanted Mexican food. But I ended up at the George. And I was talking about it and they were like, yeah, that sounds about like I was telling them what happened.
Yeah.
They're like, that sounds about right.
So what are they saying? Are they saying like the restaurant is kind of like they're really arrogant? Is it just like really
naughty?
I mean, are they? So they're that busy though. Like people are interested in them.
Yeah, it's been apparently, according to some of the staff, it's been a pain in the butt to even get in there.
Really? What has it been on all the TikToks influencer people?
Yeah.
Oh.
But so is the George.
That's what I mean. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
So
why
is Bel Air Lounge. Like all of them have.
Yeah, and like even the food court has been on all the social medias because we'll get into that too. But like, I guess what is making this?
I didn't even get to go to the.
Popular?
I didn't even get in. I didn't even get to go to the Speakeasy.
The Speakeasy is a part of which restaurant?
Miho.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well that's I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems weird that everyone's there and not everywhere. Does
I
that
was
make
like,
sense?
well, for me, I was like, it's a Wednesday night. Like, it is the middle of the week. Like,
Locals,
it's supposed to be the slowest day of the week.
But, like, for locals who are off in the middle of the week that work on the strip on the weekends.
Probably.
You know?
But it was kind of frustrating. So we ended up at the George.
That's really annoying. That's also kind of, they're like, oh, you know, we're so cool. We have a speakeasy and we're, you know, more popular than everyone else. So, like, you're not allowed in.
Like, I probably won't go back for a while.
Yeah.
I probably won't. Sorry.
Well, and especially when you're a station casino. They're a station casino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the George isn't part of stations either, though.
I see.
But but they still had to go through. It was a whole thing, but I really wanted Mexican food. Didn't get it. Went to the George and I got a brisket grilled cheese. Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, it was good. We had actually a buffalo chicken dip as our appetizer.
I love it. I love buffalo chicken dip. It's so good.
It was delicious.
I like being fat.
And then I had this cocktail. It was called Pleasure Business.
Oh, what was it?
I know. It was a gin-based cocktail. I can't really remember what was in it. I just know that it was just delicious. And they had a stenciled G on it.
Ooh.
So I'm like, how do we do this? How do we get it fixed? Like, how do we do this?
Yeah. Someone was a barista beforehand.
No, there's like a spray and a stencil. There's like a thing.
Oh.
And like when you drank it, the G just shrank. It didn't like
just disappear.
So at the bottom of this coupe glass, it's just this tiny little G at the end. It was awesome.
That's a cool party trick, man.
That was pretty cool. I was like, okay. And then like at the end, like I was like, man, I really wanted margaritas. My bartender goes, I make a really good margarita. And I'm like, well, I'm sure you do, but like I like to highlight the new specialty cocktails and stuff.
Yeah.
So after that, we went to one of their center bars. I can't remember the name of it, but we went to one of their center bars and I had this like fruity mezcal cocktail. Dude, it was so good. It was so good.
I like a good tequila. So that sounds delicious.
So then after that, we decide, we're going to go check out Bel Air Lounge.
Okay.
Now that's another spot you actually do have to have reservations for.
Okay.
The bar is still first come, first serve. There's one pool table and it's actually attached to the pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So during pool season, that place is going to be lit.
Yeah.
So I ordered a spicy margarita off the menu and I saw this one cocktail and it was something having to do with the flamingo and it was $28.
God damn.
And I was like,
do you get the fucking glass?
Do you get to keep the glass? No, you do not get to keep the glass. So you know what I did? I went on the Amazons.
We're struggling, okay? It's hard.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just like, oh, flamingo glasses. Callie would love this.
Ew.
So So I ordered a spicy margarita, and Steven goes, "Do you guys have mezcal?" And he's like, "Yeah." Bartender's like, "Yeah." Bartender was so cool.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay, just make me like whatever."
Yeah.
So he made him a Oaxacan old fashioned.
What is that?
Okay, I've never made one before, never tried one before.
Okay.
And I tried his cocktail, and I kept taking it from him.
Like,
I didn't even finish
so
mine.
delicious.
So, okay, it's mezcal, agave, aromatic bitters,
Ooh.
and chocolate bitters because of chocolate, the Oaxacan like chocolate. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
I definitely went and bought chocolate bitters.
Of course you did. Because Jessica's like, I'm making this at home.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Listen, I do that all the time. I mean, that's why I make everything at home.
Yeah. That's why I have so much liquor. I'm like, okay, well now, like, what can I make at home so I don't have to keep ordering it when I'm out? Because I'm just gonna order Crown and Coke, like when I go out.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a new place and I want to try a fancy cocktail.
Yeah.
I mostly just order Crown and Cokes.
Yeah.
And then if I really like a cocktail, I'll go and buy all the ingredients.
I mean, that's pretty much what I do. Why not?
Yep.
Why not?
So good. And then we were still full from dinner, but I was like, yo, they got sushi.
Yeah. I heard the sushi place is really good. I don't eat sushi, but I heard it's like amazing.
It wasn't, well, so Bel Air Lounge wasn't all sushi. It was like, there was a few sushi rolls, and then there was other things on the menu.
Oh.
So I thought it was kind of strange, but we saw a sushi roll come out.
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't care that I'm full. I have to have it.
That shit looks good.
And it was, tell me why the sushi from Bel Air Lounge, not even a sushi place, was legit the best sushi I have ever had in my life.
I think you just have those places that just know how to, you know what I mean? Like the chef clearly just knows what they're doing. And
yeah.
I can add it to the menu. Don't worry. It'll make sense. And it does. And it's like,
so good. So good. So, and you know, I haven't been to a Stations property in a really long time, but man, probably go back.
Well, I know,
just a Bel Air Lounge though.
Well, I really want to go to the food court because the food court's got a bunch of stuff in it, but how I would want to go to the food court would have to be with a group of people because I refuse to buy so much food myself that I'm not going to eat. Yeah. So like Nathan would get sushi, David would go somewhere, you would go somewhere.
It's kind of like the food hall. It's kind of like the food hall at Cosmo.
I don't think I've ever been there either.
Okay, so it's like not like it's not like a mall food court where there's like a Sbarro and a Chick-fil-A. No. These are like actual it's almost like food truck restaurant. Like,
I would say it's a food truck style implantation.
Yeah.
Like it was, you can tell like maybe these restaurants were once food trucks and they just moved into a casino. But everyone's loving it. Like Keith Lee reviewed it, and he gave it really high. I guess the burgers are incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had one of their burgers. The burger. Apparently, there's another one in town. I didn't know that, but I really want to go for that. Like, ooh, I should look up the spa prices there because I really want to go to a spa.
I kind of want to do that too.
Spa day.
I mean, bartending really gets your joints. I feel like I just really need like a really like deep tissue massage, but I also really like the cupping. So I wonder if they have that. So. With life it's kind of like the opposite of like with death brings new life. It's like the opposite because Durango Casino opened and now we are losing Tropicana.
Can I say, as a local, as someone who loves the history of this town and loves learning about this is so sad to me.
Have you been to Tropicana lately?
I have, but it's just so sad. Like to me, it's like Flamingo's next. And that breaks my
Flamingo's not going anywhere.
That would break my heart because it's just old Vegas, and I guess like El Cortez turned it around, and like
no, they didn't.
Well, El Cortez, when I say turned it around, I mean it was better than it was. Trust me. You at El Cortez in 2012?
No.
Yes.
It was like a year before I moved here.
I was. I drink a lot.
Actually,
of
I think I
alcohol
moved here.
there.
I think that's when I moved here.
But like, it's just the history behind. Like, it's just like that is classic Vegas, and I guess like Vegas is an ever-changing town. I mean, we don't have anything original anymore. I mean, it's just kind of like comes and goes. But I guess it's just like, damn. But
I
like
feel
you
like
said, the Tropicana is a shit show. So
I feel like greed has taken over.
well, greed or money is there's greed. So there was always a greed within gambling and the casinos.
Yes, but I also feel like
and that's how like I mean
the entertainment part is suffering a little bit.
I think what's suffering is like, okay, when I was
Sort of, not real. Well,
when I was growing up, my parents used to go to a casino. They could legit play for, you know, a couple hours on, I would say probably $100 each. They would get some comp things because they were locals.
Yeah.
I think that had a lot to do with it.
mhm.
And then they were able to have a good time. They were able to kind of see the town and, you know, it for what it was and kind of do things, go to, you know, UNLV sports were really popular then. And they would make date nights out of it. If
Yeah.
I were to make a date night with Nathan, I am now having to pay for parking. I am having to pay for like $24 drinks. So like we're not even really getting drunk and having a good time. We're having a drink. We're not eating on the strip.
No.
You know, like they've kind of just slowly been like taking it away, especially from locals.
Yeah.
And I don't understand like why they just keep on. I mean, I don't know. They've always done this. They've always torn shit down. They've never kept anything on the strip. So I don't know why I'm surprised. But like,
Well, Tropicana, I feel like had like an asbestos problem, kind of kind of like
well, they got rid of all of it.
oh, but still, like we stayed there, and when I say we stayed there, I mean like Dawn and Diane stayed there, and I after Taylor Swift, and I went home because I had to be at work at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But it was just not it.
Like, I mean, I haven't been there in a long time. Last time I was there was when I saw Bruno Mars on my 21st birthday. So that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But
I'm not excited about getting the Oakland A's. Like, hasn't it been proven already that like having a team from Oakland has like been, it hasn't been that like, listen, I'm glad we got Allegiant because my whole thing was if you build it, she will come. Because I have missed 2 Taylor tours because of this. Right? So now we have Allegiant. So now I immediately right off the gate got Taylor. But at what cost though? Like the Raiders, I'm sorry, are
not improving.
They are not improving. Right? Did you see the meme where like both the 49ers and the Chiefs have to get their names are being painted on the end zones.
Oh,
for the Super Bowl. It is fun, and like
That's
there's
Vegas.
one.
That's Vegas.
Yeah, but it's like the Raiders and Chiefs are holding like there's these 2 like mobster guys like holding the face of one guy, another dude, just like look what's going on. This is your fault. Like it's hilarious.
Well,
but the thing is, we've had so many issues with the Raiders as far as like their personal lives and their like party habits and getting like wasted and getting
okay. Hold
like,
on. No, that's gonna happen with any
going to
football team
jail.
coming to Vegas.
I know, but
it doesn't really matter.
I know,
mean,
but
you have these young kids.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
know.
Have any of our hockey players done this?
Hockey and football are 2 completely different worlds. You can't compare them. You're comparing like what happens in Mexico to the United States. It's just not the same world. In hockey, they get to beat the shit out of each other. And
they get to do that in football.
Their aggression. No. Hockey, they get to beat the shit out of each other and get all their aggression out. Football, they get to flag. Hockey, they're actually
that's been happening a lot lately.
Out teeth.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, and like also hockey dudes are fucking Canadian. They're docile as hell. No, I don't know if that's true. But like, you know, you have these football players who are 22. These hockey dudes are how old?
They all have like, well,
I imagine they're pretty young still. But you know what I mean? You have a different age demographic. Also, you look at the NFL and like,
But it's Oakland. But it's also Oakland.
Listen, I don't know anything about it, so I can't say anything. Like, I honestly, like, I know Raider fans were kind of like,
it's like Oakland is like the worst part of California, like one of the worst parts of California, like right after San Francisco. And I mean, it's just getting another Oakland team, especially like the A's, who are known to like have a very low attendance record.
Well, I guess it's like, why
like nobody goes to the A's game? Like, why don't you just give them the ballpark in Summerlin?
Well, that's kind of my thought. But my thing is like, why don't you give them the ballpark in Summerlin?
See how
too far
for
away.
like a year to see how well it does.
Yeah, but like
people will still drive. People will still drive to the. Listen,
yeah, but Allegiant Stadium.
Turner Field.
Close,
listen, Turner Field was like in Atlanta. Turner Field used to be so far away in the worst part of town, but I still went to like 10 Braves games a year. Like I went all the time. No, like if you wanted to, you would.
But like they're not thinking about locals. Where Atlanta, you can think about locals. Vegas is always going to think about the tourists because that's all our money comes from. So if it's easy for the tourists to stay on the strip, bring revenue to the strip, and also bring money to the stadium, that's what they're going to want to do 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you locals going to football games or even, I mean, hockey games, yeah, but like, I mean, that's kind of what saved it. But like, I think what's really weird is that we keep on bringing teams and it's like, well, they don't have good track records. It'd be different if the Raiders came here and like kicked ass and like went to the Super Bowl.
The first year, just like,
yeah,
like the first year we had
really close.
The Golden Knights came. The Golden Knights came so close to the Stanley Cup. Like,
well, or even if they just got into the playoffs or something crazy like that. Like they haven't been even like. I don't even watch football. It's embarrassing. Anymore. Because it's like, I want to be able to support my team, but I can't support my team because they just fucking suck all day long. It's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, are the Oakland A's going to come here and also fucking suck?
Yes. I would love, like, what if we just had, like, the Savannah Bananas, like, all the time?
That's what we need.
That's what we need.
We need a Savannah Banana franchise called Vegas
or like something Sin City something like
Vegas we'll come up with a later.
We'll come up with names, or you can help us come up with a name, and we'll make it a fun.
Guys, put in the comments below. Put a name for our imaginary baseball team.
Yes, but we won't remember. But I feel like people would attend those.
Yes, more family. It'd be fun. It would be like. It would be...
Dude, the Savannah Bananas are on a 7-month waiting list.
Yeah,
like, they're on a 7-month... We try to get tickets.
Oh, I know.
Our friends in California try to get... Like, you can't get tickets to that.
No.
Unless... And they're only $20, but the resale... You know what? I almost just bought the $80 ones. Like, screw that. Mm-hmm. Like, thought about it because...
Next time I'd be more willing.
Yeah.
Not last time, because it was so last minute.
It was. Because we didn't even know...
So, and the baby was like just a little bit smaller. I don't know.
I'm willing to pay the $80 next time. Like, we'll just do, like, let's just for the fun of it, like, just for the experience, to say we went. Like, but I feel like we would, instead of like the Oakland A's with the worst attendance record, get a team like the Savannah Bananas with a very high record-breaking attendance record for all the crazy stuff they do.
Well, I think also, like, we're so flashy that I'm surprised we don't have like a funny football team that plays in the off season. And we have a fun, you know what I mean? Like there's something we need to do.
Like a flag football team or something. Like,
listen guys, if you steal our fucking idea, I'm coming for you. I'm suing you. It's on fucking video record, okay?
We're your marketing team.
Oh my God, hire me as a marketing person. I'd love to get paid that way.
Speaking of doing that, we got to talk about it.
Oh.
So what's going on?
Oh, speaking of marketing.
Yeah, speaking of marketing.
Oh my God. You want to talk about a shit show? Okay, can I actually, like, I just had this thought before, like, on my way here.
Yeah.
I can't say this person's name. Okay, remember when I said, hey, this person was talking about how everyone's so dramatic. And I was all like, wow, Kettle. How you doing? Just talking to yourself in the mirror or something? Shit. And so I was like, what's she up to? But I didn't see anything. So then I moved past it, whatever. Now, fast forward, I'm doing research on a specific influencer, and like, she's got a lot of beef with a lot of people, or like a stalkery kind of guy. Okay, actually, oh god. Okay, we're talking about Vegas Starfish, and I personally, I watch her stuff. I like to see what's going on. I mean, I don't like
sometimes
it,
sometimes she says things that I'm just like I got really angry with her one day because she was saying like, oh, the Rio is trash, blah 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 blah. Like, yes, bitch, we know. However, it was bought and is getting ready to be completely remodeled into this beautiful casino. So just give it a minute.
Yeah.
Like show like what, like you're showing up to a casino that's literally like in disarray, but like you already know that it was bought out and they're getting ready and it's being remodeled. Like you already know this, but you're still gonna talk shit about it.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me mad because we just opened Excite over there.
Yeah, and you don't want to. We want our friends to be happy.
We want our friends to be happy, and like so. Right now, like the Duomo is closed because they wanted Pompeii to continue paying rent, even though they closed it down for remodel.
Nuts.
It's going to be closed for the next year and a half, and they wanted us to continue to pay rent.
Can you imagine paying rent a spot that you don't even live at?
Right?
Like you live somewhere else and pay rent somewhere else?
Yeah.
No, get fucked.
So, right. So, but I mean, so I made a whole video, like I stitched that video and I just like went off on her. But other than that, like for the most part, there are sometimes like, there was one other controversial thing that she had said when, I know people, like I know somebody that actually works at, Lost Spirits. I know a couple people that work at Lost Spirits, but I know, one person that's actually a bartender in the like secret dining room thing that they do. Like where it's like $300 a person and you get like 16 courses or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool menu.
Yeah. She just like said some awful things about it.
I remember. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, it's not worth it. It's $300. You couldn't even drink the drinks. They were too strong." Which maybe that was her experience.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where it's hard, right? Like
you have to remember, like these are opinions.
Yeah, and I think that's like when you're not like a couple of our favorite people, Sam Novak, is very honest, and I like his honesty because I can kind of weed through it and be like, oh, Sam doesn't like that, but that's something I'd like, so I'll go look at it. But like, I think that's where it's kind of weird. So Vegas, Vegas
Starfish.
Thank you. I was like, Jesus.
I think her name is Jen.
But Vegas Starfish also had a beef with another influencer, and he's on TikTok. I'm forgetting his name. God damn it. He's on TikTok.
Keith Lee?
No. And he
because she had a beef with him too.
Did she really? That's funny. I didn't know that. Because I'm like, how do you beef with Keith Lee?
I think it was over the English hotel.
Oh, interesting. But he walks the strip. He's got this like Boston accent.
Vegas Pauly C.
Yes, they had an issue with each other, and like she released this video.
He was saying some stuff about All Red.
Yeah, she released a video like showing how.
Oh no, it was about Fountain Blue.
Something like that.
It was
Honestly, I don't watch him, so I wouldn't know. But like
the Fountain Blue.
That's what he calls it. Like he was kind of stalking her for a little bit, and that was kind of weird. But like anyway, so Vegas Starfish, she comes out and she goes, "Hey, I got reports from 12 people, 12 people, that they were kicked out of their prices at at Caesars, at Nobu, and they were then either going to lose their deposit, which they had to put a deposit on, which was non-refundable because it is Super Bowl weekend."
They got some like good room rates too. It was like $100 a night or $150 a night. Like there was a glitch in the system, but you have to like go by that.
Yeah,
like,
so there was a glitch, and then Caesars, it's like, hey, you can go to the Flamingo
or the Link,
and it's like not even comparable to Caesars Nobu. Like, why would you even do that?
Yeah.
So to me, that's what was reported. And then another report came out that was like, no, it was only 50 people.
That's a lot of people.
And that's a lot of people to fuck up. But also, it's like, put them in a better hotel and eat the money.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they kicked him out of their reservation, and they also had to pay for the new hotel room only weeks ahead of schedule. Like, it's just all fucked up. what happened, Caesar should have eaten the money and been like, hey, we can't keep you here at Nobu, but let me put you in Flamingo or whatever and we'll pay for it. And, you know, we'll comp you a couple meals. That's old Vegas. That's what Vegas used to do when they fucked up. And now it's just like, oh, you guys can't be here. Sorry. But we're going to keep all your money if that's cool. And that's just, it's just so fucked up. But
that's what I mean by greed.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just so annoying. And like, I don't know. So Vegas Starfish comes out. She says this. Turns out it was 50 people. And everyone is bashing Vegas like Starfish for this. And I don't know why we're bashing her because she didn't lie.
No.
It happened. And
I think on like Instagram, like it was like there was like 2 videos or something like she had posted, like she had said what was going on.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I have receipts. And then I went and watched, I think I sent you the reel. And then on TikTok, it was like a longer video. And she literally showed the receipts that people were emailing her.
Yeah. And so like what's kind of bugged me in the comments was everyone's like, oh, I'm going to stop following her. It's like, she told the truth. She said a dozen people. It turned out to be 50. She kept it in the realm where it was supposed to be. What are you mad at?
I said I was going to stop following her after the Rio thing, but I still follow her.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like to follow I'd like to try to follow all the people. I watch Polly C's TikTok video lives sometimes.
I watched this thing about the Fontainebleau, and he was like, it is totally empty in here, and blah, 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 all these things. And I was like, and I honestly, I like believe, like, I mean, when you like, but I think he went at like a certain time of day, where it was like slower, and also we're also in the slow season, so he's walking around, he's like, this place is empty, it's not going to do well, blah 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 blah.
But they
and then
all do it.
They
all make their silly opinions. I mean, it's fucking. They're in. Like, I don't know what people are expecting out of these people. Like, to even. Like, even when people are mad at Keith Lee or, like, people are upset, like, what do you expect out of these people?
Yeah.
You don't want them to be paid for their opinion. You don't want them to give your opinion. But if they bullshit you, you're mad. And if they don't bullshit you, you're mad. Like, what? Pick a struggle.
I mean, for a while, I thought, like... for a while, I thought... that if somebody is constantly giving good reviews that they're just getting paid.
I still believe that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, like, it's honestly, it's so hard to, like, there was a situation that happened a year or so ago, and it really kind of opened my eyes to everything. And it's like, you know what? These influencers get to go at times where it's slow.
Or they're not open yet.
Yeah. And so it's like, you don't really get the real experience as it is.
Yeah.
And like even the playground, like I was looking at the playground, there's a 15,000 square foot playground that came to the Luxor. It says it's for children and families, but you have to be 12 to get in. So I don't know what that's about.
We were gonna go and take Vegas baby, but no.
Instead, we're gonna do something even more fun. He's gonna go bird, 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 and that's water. Water. Whoa!
I mean, but I mean, it's kind of like okay. So before Old Red was opening, they invited a whole bunch of influencers in and gave them tours, and it was you could see in the background all the servers were going through training.
Oh.
And
like, give me the illusion you're there during a busy day. You know what I mean? Like, set some tables aside, maybe
so
reserve some tables.
Like, because I walked in and I mean, I had my experience and I was like,
well, your experience, I feel like, might have been
even like Snow Carnival? That I had the same thing. I was like, oh God, there's so many people here.
Yeah, and there's just, I don't know. It's hard to say, but like,
I mean, I get you want to like show everything you're excited about it.
Yeah,
but it's like.
Well, Jessica,
but that's not the reality of it.
Yeah, and like, listen, Jessica, I was thinking about it, and I don't know if you know this, but hell did freeze over because Sam Novak and Chris Angel met up for a dinner with Perez Hilton and who else?
I don't know. there was a fourth person
I
there.
was like, give me my phone.
But no, there's a fourth person there
who also had beef.
But
Chris
I didn't
Angel.
really.
So Chris Angel wanted to get together with the guys he has beef
Well, no,
with.
I know like Chris Angel, but someone else was there. There was like a fourth person there.
That fourth person is also a journalist.
Yeah, but
and also has beef with Chris Angel. And Chris Angel is trying to, I guess, create a new image for himself. So like I don't know what's going on, but Chris Angel reached out to Perez Hilton and said, "Hey, how you doing? I want to get these people together and start a new chapter." And Sam Novak agreed to it. And here I'm gonna shut up.
So okay, but what was so funny about this was the fact that when
Vital
I first
Vegas is the other guy that was there.
Oh, that's who Vital Vegas is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd seen that. And my first thought was, what is Sam Novak doing with Perez Hilton? But then I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I sent it to Callie without even thinking about it.
Oh, like,
and she texts back going,
what the fuck?
What is Chris Angel doing in that photo? And I was like, oh my God, how did I not? So, listen, the lore, like if you're in on the Sam Novak, Chris Angel beef.
Oh my God, it goes deep. And
it's the funniest, we had... Did Sam talk about it on the show before?
Kind of a little. We went into, we talked about it a little bit, and him and I pretty much have the same thing. And Chris Angel, because he's trying to move on, so I guess I'll give him the grace. If Sam says give him the grace, I'll give him the fucking grace. But
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace.
But so Chris Angel is kind of a weird person. I don't know how else to explain it.
If you read Holly Madison's book, Down the Rabbit Hole, you'll never look at Chris Angel the same way again.
Yeah, he's a little kooky. Anyways, he has a baby outside of marriage, and then that baby ended up having cancer, and it kind of rocked his whole world. I could not imagine. That is the most horrific thing on the planet. So he is alive, and unfortunately got cancer again, and then beat it again, and he looks like a very healthy boy, and that's amazing. That's incredible. He now also has 2 other children with his now fiance. They were once married, and then they broke up, and they started dating, and then they got engaged again. And they made a joke about that on Instagram. But it's just kind of funny. It's like, oh, I'm gonna marry my ex-husband fiance. Oh, that's a good skit. Jim Bob just came out. Hey, baby, you're my ex baby fiance. Okay, anyways, so there was that, and it just kind of there was other things that Chris did also that were just kind of questionable, especially around COVID and where the money went. And I guess they all hashed it out together, and they started anew. And
well, it's not just that. It's Sam Novak left some not nice reviews about Chris Angel's show.
Well, because never mind. That's gonna be mean.
Sam Novak
show.
Showed up at shows, incognito, and still got caught and kicked out.
Yeah.
And so that's hilarious. That's legends only kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, good for them. They're starting a new chapter. I'm kind of curious to see what Chris is doing. I think he's got his podcast.
Dude, he's got his podcast with Mike Hammer.
Yes, with Mike Hammer, and it seems like,
he's on our list this year. So excited.
But
love him. He's on my wall.
He's on my wall. But it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, the social media influencer Vegas world is wild.
There's
and we're just over here on YouTube. we're just minding our business. Did you see what happened over there? I don't know. Leave it alone. But yeah, we're just
kind of watching it like this. So Perez Hilton came into Vix a while ago after Patti LuPone had a show at Myron's. And so Vix is across the street. And I'll never forget it. Perez is sitting at the bar, and I'm taking tables in the lounge. I'm coming back to the bar area, and I go, Perez Hilton, what are you doing here?
He's like, oh, hey.
My Southern came out.
It's like, oh, hey, how you doing?
And he was like, oh, it's nice to see you. And I'm like, shit, I just forgot. I just remembered. I'm not friends with Perez Hilton. It was so funny. Because to me, he's I've been watching this dude my whole life,
Yeah,
like literally since 2006, right?
Yeah.
And we've been on like this roller coaster. Like you love him and then you hate him, and then you love him and then you hate him, and then he does something so nice, and then you're like, okay, maybe he's grown, and then like he does something messed up, and you're like, dude, come on, you have 3 kids, like grow up. But but it was so funny. And then I think he only ordered like a coffee or something, and then so I made a video about that on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then Perez saw it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he duetted it. And I was like, we have this radio show, Perez.
Well, I will say it's interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how Vegas kind of changes them a little bit, because like LA is such a weird culture, and like Hollywood.
Dude, he has just slid right in though. It's so weird.
He knew what he was doing.
He's literally been here like maybe a year.
Yeah,
and he's already like, I'm one of the locals. Like I've been here forever. Like no, you haven't. That's fine.
Well,
you don't know, but
also a level too of like I wonder if he had enough parties here and enough friends here and enough like.
Oh, I'm sure he partied here a lot.
Like kind of leeway. But I think that's kind of how you take over a town. You just act like you own the place. So maybe.
I mean, that's how I took over.
Oh, see, it works. I'm still trying to figure it out. No, man, Super Bowl's coming up,
dude. I am so stoked.
Taylor might be making an appearance.
Yes, she'll be here. I didn't think she would be, because I was like, dude, but like, you know how when you fly from here to like the East Coast, it's like a 4-hour flight, but then when you fly back, it's still a 4-hour flight, but it only seems, it's like you leave at like 3:30 and you land at 4:30, and you're like, how did that happen? But you're like, because of the time change, you're going back in time. That's how it is with Tokyo.
Yeah.
So she has like plenty of time to get here.
Okay.
So she will still get here. And what I'm really excited about is the fact that I don't have to worry about missing the live streams for that weekend. Anyway, because it starts at 1 a.m, and so I get off work at 1 a.m, so I will be up watching the live streams. However, so the Chiefs. Oh my God,
hey, it broke script. Remember your whole rant about the script and what was going to happen with the script, and then it didn't happen.
The script is half there, though.
Well,
was nobody going to let the? But you know what? Like the Lions, I
was kind of bummed for them. I didn't even see how they played.
I was super bummed for them because
they play well? I didn't,
you know what? That first playoff game that they made it to was the first one in 30 years.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm all for these Cinderella stories. Like that's the
only thing I like about football. It's like, oh, you guys did a good job from not doing a good job last year.
Yeah, or the year before that, or the year before that.
Can I be honest? I'm kind of over the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl now.
Oh, that's like the Patriots being in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was like, can we pick a new team, please?
But it's like, it's so different this year. Well, so last year they were in the Super Bowl, but like last year it was Travis Kelce versus Jason Kelce.
Yeah, but that's like a moment. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like, that was fine. But like,
and then the year before that, it was the Bengals
and the Chiefs.
No.
Oh no.
The Bengals beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
But the year before that, it was like the Chiefs were there. Then
the Chiefs have been. This is like their 5th Super Bowl.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope Mr. Kelsey's making a lot of money. That's what I hope. I hope he's making a lot of money.
I'm enjoying it though. I'm having so much fun. Like,
I mean, I literally haven't been paying attention, but
my quarterback for the Bengals has been out all season, like for most of the season.
Oh,
so I mean, we didn't even make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So when the Bengals played the Chiefs, the whole time I was sitting there going, I just hope both teams have fun. Because I was
my babies are playing at the same time. I don't know who to pick.
I don't know what to do.
Only a Kelsey mama problem.
Oh yeah. Well, oh my God, I should just totally get like a Bengals Chiefs jacket made. The way that she has.
Yeah, well, also, like, what is that one girl that was, she's an NFL wife and she's making all the jackets?
Kristen Juszczyk just got a deal with the NFL. I
know.
Yes.
Look at that. So you'll be seeing more jackets. Maybe you'll get one or two.
Maybe. Dude, They are so cool looking.
They are. Taylor totally like helped out, but they're
But
nice.
like Simone Biles has one.
Yeah,
But hers is a vest.
I don't know who her husband is.
So funny story. So I was at work and the 49ers are playing the Green Bay Packers, and I had some 49ers fans and I had some Green Bay Packers fans. Green Bay Packers fans, one of them was a former Nevada congressman. He's one of our regulars. I found out. But I went to like the dudes that were rooting for the 49ers, and I was like, kind of want the Packers to win though. And they were like, why? And I was like, listen, I like Kyle Juszczyk. I like what he's doing for his wife. I think that is a beautiful thing. But I also need the NFL to break script. I need the Green Bay Packers to break script. I can't stand Jonathan Owens, but I need them to break script.
That's funny. You're like, this is great and all, but it needs to be over now.
I'm just done.
That's funny.
But also, like, Brock Purdy is in his rookie season, and not his rookie season. He's still under his rookie contract. So just like when Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl, he was still in his rookie contract. When Patrick Mahomes first made it to the Super Bowl, he was still, because you get like you're in your rookie contract for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So they're still in they were still in their rookie years.
Listen, I don't know what any of that means.
So somebody came up to me one day and asked me what it was like watching football for the first time this year because of Taylor Swift. And I was like,
good try.
Nice try. I'm an LSU fan, and the Chiefs have my Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So, and for a while they had the Honey Badger until he moved over to Tampa Bay. So, like the Chiefs had my championship team members. So you can shut the fuck up now.
Also, what does it matter? I'm sorry. Like, anytime someone is interested in instruments or a new hobby or a new song I think it's a good thing.
If musicians can play more than one instrument, why can't somebody have more than one favorite football team?
Well,
I know they're different things.
Or like a genre of music, or like, why do you have to only enjoy one thing? Who told you only have to enjoy one thing? George Strait said it right. I just like to do what I like to do.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Honestly, like the whole NFL this year had like I call it the whole NFL script, like all the storylines, and I think this has a lot to do with social media. Like all the storylines, like Allison Kutch, like her husband played for the Raiders, and I mean Isaac Rochelle, he finally got released from the NFL. I asked, I talked to somebody about why he got released. Oh, I think it was Uncle Gary. And he told me that basically Isaac just did his job, but he didn't do anything to stand out. Like he wasn't good and he wasn't great. He just coasted.
Oh, okay.
And you need to do better than that. Yeah. So he just full on, after getting like traded to like different teams all season, getting put back on practice squads, they just let him go. But he was like the only reason I'd even watch the Raiders.
Yeah.
You know, and then Cody Ford, who plays for the Bengals, his girlfriend Tiana is hilarious. Like he's funny. So like antisocial, like, and she's just like,
come on, babe, let's go.
Yes, like let's go to Target, honey. Like, so I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Tommy DeVito from the quarterback from the Giants, because like anytime he scored or like did something good, his dad is in the stands like this. Yeah, son. Like he's like in the mob or something. Like he's got his own plumbing business. Like he's like, you know. But then if you look up Tommy DeVito's agent, he is that quintessential like mobster agent guy.
I saw something and I was like, who is this guy? And I was like,
this can't be real.
I was like, this is a little much.
Yeah, like it can't be real, but it's totally real. It's hilarious. So there's that. And then you have like the one dude on the Eagles, or not the Eagles, the one guy on the Jets. I keep forgetting his name, but he literally one day looked at everybody in the crowd and said, fuck you, you're cool. Wait. No, not you. You. Yeah. Fuck you. And I was crying. I was like, that is the funniest shit. So I'm like, oh my god, do I have to root for the Jets now? And then you of course have like Jason Kelsey and Kylie Kelsey and then you have like their kids and their whole family dynamic and Mama and Papa Kelsey and like God, their whole storyline is so good. And then you have Kyle Juszczyk and his wife, and
I think it just kind of humanizes everybody, and I think it kind of like it's like, oh, these people have families, or oh, these people aren't just athletes. Like, you just kind of think these people are juice heads, and it kind of puts a personality. Also, it kind of gets rid of the bad shit that constantly is like put out with these athletes. That it's like, you know, you always know of like the dog fighting people and like the people that beat their wives and all this other shit, and you don't hear about like the good dudes, but also you just think about like the party animals and the people that cheat on their spouses, and like, so it's nice to see like, oh no, they're just living their life being appropriate.
Not everyone's like that. You just, you know, and it's been so much fun. And then Mike McDaniel, the coach of the Dolphins, like I'll probably next year I will probably buy something like from the Dolphins line in the NFL page, but like only because of Mike McDaniel. I can't fully support the Dolphins because fuck Alabama. That means you, Tua. Can't, you know, Tua and Burrow played against each other. Yeah. So
Tua could walk in
can't
here
support.
and I'd be like, who dat?
Can't support. Oh, you would totally know who Tua was. Looks like a sumo. He's a Hawaiian. He's like Hawaiian as fuck. But like I can't support anything that has to do with Alabama.
Well,
but Mike McDaniel's story, I think he was like on the Steelers, like he coached for like the Steelers, I think it was. I just saw a TikTok about this, but he was on a whole other team, and then he went through like I think he was like an alcoholic, and he had to go to rehab, and like he like messed up his life and then like brought it back, like had a full on glow up. And
it's like, hell yeah.
And his wife just stood by him, and it's just, I love their storyline. And so it like the whole thing has just been so fun to watch. But what I think is hilarious is the fact that like you have Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, who's a safety. I can't even believe I remembered his position, but he's fucking safety. He's not even that good because he was like moved around a lot.
That's funny.
But he's a safety for the Green Bay Packers. She's a billionaire. She's the most decorated athlete in history.
We don't.
And so like, so there's that, right? But then you have like, on the opposite side of that, you have Kyle Juszczyk. And I think what was the best thing ever was like, she made that jacket for Simone Biles, and then she makes all of the stuff that Brittany Mahomes wears, like everything she wears, Kristen makes.
Interesting.
And so then Taylor Swift showed up in that jacket, and also Brittany Mahomes had the same one, but for Patrick. And it just went viral, and Kyle Juszczyk went on everybody's Twitter that reposted it or posted a picture and was like, oh my God, this is awesome. He found, I think he like did a hashtag Kristen Juszczyk, did like a search, and on everybody's thing, and on everybody's thing, he was like, that's my wife. Heck yes, that's my wife. My wife is amazing. And it was like, this is the energy that we all need and love, which I think is going to be so cool, because that's like the only thing that I'm like, okay, well, the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl. But it's cool because like also Kristen Juszczyk got, you know, and then Christian McCaffrey, like him and his girl are getting married, and that was just announced. And so that's on all over social media too, and from the 49ers. So like there's just all kinds of cute little storylines all around. Everybody's just happy and in love, and it's like all like they're making the NFL all wholesome again.
Oh, they're definitely trying to clean up the image a little bit.
Definitely. It's working.
And that's fine. That's what needs to happen.
It's working.
It was getting bad. But for a good time, somebody went to LA Comedy Club here at the Strat.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that last week.
And it's a good place.
So last week I went to a funeral.
Yes.
Last Monday I went to a funeral.
Yes.
And if anybody knows, if you guys remember, Cowboy Joe or Sheriff Joe from Bonnie Springs. He was also Angry Joe at the Haunted Museum. He was also on like, I want to say like 4 or 5 episodes of Ghost Adventures. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to his funeral. Like John Shaw, who has been on James Corden and Ripley's Believe It or Not.
And Reality Check.
And Reality Check.
The most important one.
He's also part of Late Night Magic. He also works at the Haunted Museum. He and I drove up to Boulder City. And a lot of people from the Haunted Museum, they were there.
Oh, that's sweet.
But what I thought was kind of weird, like you could tell who was there from the Haunted Museum.
It's pretty obvious.
But also, like, I'm all dressed up. Most people are dressed up. And some people were in, like, I thought was kind of weird. I thought I saw, like, okay, so I saw some people that were, like, in jeans and, like, Haunted Museum, like, sweatshirts. Like,
they probably just got off of work.
No, because the Haunted Museum uniforms are, like, uniforms. They're not, like, they're, like, you're, like the guys wear, like, black button-ups and, like, the girls wear, like, gothic era, like, dresses or whatnot. Yeah. No, so it was odd because some of them looked like fans. Because I wonder if they were, like, waiting to, like, see if, like, Zach was gonna show up. Didn't.
Yeah.
But, like, what was so funny was at one point, his stepdad showed up. Like, his stepdad was there. I didn't even realize it. Like, I'm standing there with John.
Joe's stepdad?
No, Zach's stepdad. And I was standing there with I was standing there with John, and I was still like I'm still like trying, because I got to speak at Joe's funeral too. So I'm standing there with John, still like trying to figure, it's a rainy day, just trying to figure stuff out. And this dude comes over and he's like, puts his arm around me and he's like, you guys, that was a beautiful service, blah 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 blah. And then John goes, yeah, Tom totally was, or whatever, and then like walks away, and I was like,
Tom,
what's that?
Tom.
And then like someone was like, oh, that's Zach's stepdad. I was like, okay, like no clue. But I was a complete wreck during that. So even like one of the Haunted Museum employees was sitting next to me, like she had never met me, and she actually put her arm around me, like I was like inconsolable, right? So we get back. So we go to dinner, and then I get back, and I'm like, oh man, Corey Michaelis is in town, and I'm gonna go. Like I was like, you know what? I should just go see him. And so I walk into LA Comedy Club, and he's sitting there with, I think the man. I can never remember that guy's name. Anyway, so I go get in line for the bar because I was like, oh, Mike's working. I'm gonna go say hi. And the line was long. So this manager goes, hold on, I'll go get it for you. What are you drinking? I was like, Crown and Coke. So he goes behind the bar, makes my drink, comes back, and this couple is like standing next to me. They go, no one pays to know somebody. And I was like, I guess so. I'm literally only there like 3 times a year. Like literally when DJ Sandu and Corey Michaelis are there, that's when I go. It's not very often. Because they have Brett Ernst there, but we also have Brett Ernst. So I have no need to go to see him because we have him too. So so then I go and get sat. They let me sit in my favorite booth. And server comes up, takes my order, comes back with my drink, and I go to pay her. And she goes, what's this? And I was like, trying to pay you. She was like, do you need change? And I'm like, no. Oh my God. So like, I was like, no, I got it. So I like hadn't gone to the bank yet. So I just tipped her. She comes back again. And I was like,
then this is for you, man.
I was like, here, like I just like, so she just, and then after the show was over, Mike fixes me another drink. And then I'm sitting there with Corey and the guy that featured for him. And next thing I know, like, Mike is like, oh, how was O-Town? I'm like, oh my God, it was so much fun. They're actually coming back in April. I'm so stoked. And I'd forgotten that I told him about it. So, so then he was like, are you excited about Taylor Swift? I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, I'm already like buzzed, right? Because you know me, I don't have more than 2. I'm on like 4 at this point. So what does Mike do? He walks over to the Pandora, changes the station to
We
a
like that.
Taylor Swift station.
That's funny.
And so I'm sitting there with Corey, and all of a sudden I hear, "We never go out of style. We never go out of style." And I turn back, and Mike's behind the bar, just cleaning up. Just, "We never go out of style."
That's
And I was
funny.
like, "This is the greatest day."
I'm so
Like, I'm like,
happy.
this is. I was
This is the worst, greatest day.
It was
ever.
really like, it was so like. And he didn't know. Like, that's the thing, is like, he didn't know that I had I'd gone to a funeral that morning.
Yeah. So,
But
it was
still,
just
like,
nice to be
it was just
like friends.
so
Cool.
then after that, he walks back over, turns on O-Town, and the first song that comes on, no shit, is All or Nothing.
You're like,
And
I'm meant to
I'm
be
like-
here, baby. I'm meant to be here.
Like, what is happening right now? Like, I got the VIP of VIP treatment
At LA Comedy Club.
at LA Comedy Club. Oh, and sometimes I go see Uber when he invites me, and so I've actually been able to sit in the green room a few times.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm like,
That's funny.
I am never here. I'm literally here 3, maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And they all know who I am here.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because it's like, oh, they care about, like, you know what I mean? Like, they see a value in the person, you know, always being here. Well, not
Yeah.
always, but, you know, like, being there a lot and supporting their people.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. I enjoy it. We were there once, and this guy, a comedian, made a joke about cackling hyenas as women, and I was high on edibles, and that was the funniest fucking joke I've
You
ever
know what?
experienced
When
in my
you
life.
went, that was when we sat in that high top booth.
Yeah.
That is where I sit now. That is my spot.
Yeah, no, that was those comedians were pretty funny. I actually laughed pretty hard at those.
Dude, there were a couple of moments where I laughed harder than everybody, and you could hear me drunk laughing in the back.
Me! Everywhere I go, I feel like I'm the loudest one in the fucking room.
But you know what? Like, and it was cool because I was really like, I needed that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I posted a video. It's on our Instagram, and it's just on our Instagram. And Corey had commented that, you know, I'm so glad that, you know, we could make your day better and make you laugh on a really rough day.
Yeah.
And I was like, you absolutely
You did.
because I mean, it was definitely it wasn't necessarily like my dad and like Trevor energy, but it was pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Well,
everyone was like, here's some alcohol, let's party. Like,
Yeah, let's have a good day.
want to
Yeah.
put on some Taylor Swift? Like, I will go put on some Taylor Swift for you, and like I will jam out. And I'm like, this.
That's funny. Guys. But yeah, no, that's always awesome when that happens. But yeah. Anything else we got, Jessica?
Ooh, so there's some Super Bowl stuff happening at Vic's.
Oh,
There's some Super Bowl stuff happening at Kimmel. But the Super Bowl stuff happening at Vic's, we're actually doing like fish bowls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At Vic's?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a $40 person
Okay.
like buffet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
I'm
I'm
I will be off. Like, they're coming in to work, and like Brandon's coming in to work an hour early. Brandon and Michael are coming in at 3 instead of 4.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'll just like miss like the first quarter. That's cool. And I'll just go watch it with my uncles. But it was like somebody had said there should be like a drink, like fishbowl Taylor's version or something. Like, there should be a drink like Taylor's version. I wasn't there when this was said, and so I got a text like saying, hey, like somebody brought this up, and I was like, I know exactly who would make this a good idea. So, but I think what we're gonna do, and this is what I suggested. So we have the 2 fish bowls that resemble the colors of each team.
Okay.
One of them has it's like a Beerita,
Okay.
Corona Rita, except it has Modelo.
Yeah.
I was like, what if you just call Taylor up? No, like, what if you just actually, I have a story about that too. But what if you just did it like regular, and then the one with the beer in it, just call that one Taylor's version? Because every time they show her on screen, she's got a drink in her hand.
That's funny.
like she's like she's just getting smammered.
That's
or
funny.
like, you know.
Funny.
So no, but it was so funny because Sunday morning we got crushed. But like Sunday morning, Sue Loudon comes in, and she's the sweetest lady on the face
Yeah.
of this earth. Like
Uh-huh.
I love her so much. She's just so cute and adorable. So her and her friend Brittany come in, and Brittany brings me these beautiful flowers that we have back here.
Uh-huh.
And I had gotten her and her daughter Swifty necklaces and everything. And she goes, you know, if the Chiefs win, like how do we get Taylor here? Like, how do we get Taylor like to come in for lunch? And I just like looked at her, and I was like, well, that campaign.
Shot?
I was like, that campaign should have been started a long time ago.
A very long,
like we should have started
shot.
like a Twitter campaign or something.
Yeah.
But my first thought was, what if we just called Taylor up? Like,
On what?
like
On what?
But can you imagine though? Like,
Hey Tay, I need you to come to Vix. I know it's a little out of the way.
it's a little bit out of the way, but like, can you imagine though if that actually happened? Like, if Taylor Swift came in and had lunch, we would be busy forever.
Well, you'd be busy forever. It would be a very random event.
It would be very random.
I think that's why I'm like, we should have started that campaign a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, it would be weird. I would be like, what are you doing at Vix?
What are you doing here?
Taylor, what you doing?
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Don't lick the donuts, Ariana Grande. Don't lick the food, and don't steal my man. Because we know you like ugly dudes, and that's all I can get.
Oh my god, Ariana Grande. I just can't even take her seriously anymore.
On Howard Stern, one of the whack packers call her Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande. Same lady that calls Jimmy Kimmel Jimbo Kimball. So that's why I call Jimbo Kimball Jimbo Kimball. Because that's his Howard Stern name. Jimbo Gimbo.
So I think Verizon Wireless, like, they're coming into Kimmel's, actually. They're setting up, and I think Kimmel's is going to be like one big charging station.
Okay, interesting. That's
so
probably a good
can
idea.
Come in and like charge their phones.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't even gotten our schedules for that yet.
It's going to be crazy, but we'll hear all about it. Wait.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hear all about it. Eventually you'll hear about it. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's our episode. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe, and put a notification bell on. Maybe 2.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to highlight this real quick.
Oh, yes!
So, Holly England, one of the most talented magicians in town, has a clothing line.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So cute. She's got a lot of cute stickers, too.
She's got a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. It was so funny because, like, in one of the photos, she's got this, like, she's holding up a mug that says "Witch Bitch."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, but I put her website up, and somebody was like, "Oh my god, I'm totally gonna order that mug," and I was like, "Holly, that mug," and she goes, "I got that mug at TJ Maxx. That was really just a prop," and I was like, "Well, people want it." Like,
That's funny.
But yeah, so she's got some really cute stuff, some tank tops, and
What's the website again?
thehexclubstore.com. Yes.
All right, go check it out, guys.
Go check it out.
And yeah, thanks to the birdie butts. They were delicious.
Cheers.
I don't want to break
I don't want to break them.
them. Bye.
Bye.